Okay, so I literally have like 5 minutes left. So we're going to do a nice little timer. Where is it? There it is. For literally 5 minutes. And I'm going to try to do a video in 5 minutes. Ain't gonna work, but let's try it anyways. Alright, so letting go of psychological time. Be alert as you practice this so that you do not unwittingly transform clock time into psychological time. For example, if you made a mistake in the past and learn from it, you are using clock time. On the other hand, if you dwell on it mentally and self-criticism, remorse, or guilt come up, then you are making the mistake into me and mine. You make it part of your sense of self, and it has become psychological time, which is always linked to a false self of identity. Non-forgiveness necessarily implies a heavy burden of psychological time. If you set yourself a goal and work towards it, you are using clock time. You are aware of where you want to go, but you honor and give your fullest attention to the step that you are taking at this moment. If you then become excessively focused on the goal, perhaps because you are seeking happiness, fulfillment, or a more complete sense of self in it, the now is no longer honored. It becomes reduced to a mere stepping stone in the future with no intrinsic value. Clock time then turns into psychological time. Your life's journey is no longer an adventure, just an obsessive need to arrive, to attain, to make it. You no longer see You no longer see or smell the flowers by the wayside either, nor are you aware of the beauty and the miracles of life that unfolds around you when you are present in the now. And then there's some questions like this one, I believe, is I can see the supreme importance of the now, but I cannot quite go along with you when you say that time is a complete illusion. When I say time is an illusion, my intention is not to make a philosophical statement. I am just reminding you of a simple fact, a fact so obvious that you may find it hard to grasp and may even find it meaningless. But once fully realized, it can cut like a sword through all the mind-created layers of complexity and problems. Let me say it again. The present moment is all you ever have. There is never a time when your life is not this moment. Is this not a fact? I think I'm going to end there for now. Like I said, there's so much in this book that is just intrinsically dwell in me. But I just feel, and also it is definitely is a book of O, whatever that means. Oprah. It's an Oprah book. Like, she has, like, supported this book, which, I mean, some people aren't for or kosher to Oprah, but there is just so much in here, like, I can just flip over and then I'll just start reading. Space has no existence. To exist literally means to stand out. You cannot understand space because it doesn't stand out. Although in itself it has no existence. It enables everything else to exist. Silence has no existence either, nor does the unmanifested. Like, just little things like that. Or like, I have this circled over here. It's funny, I have, no, I'm just gonna read. Space and silence are two aspects of the same thing, the same no thing. They are an externalization of inner space and inner silence, which is stillness, the infinitively creative womb of all existence. Most humans are completely unconscious of this dimension. There is no inner space, no stillness. They are out of balance. In other words, they know the world, or they think they do, but they don't know God. They identify exclusively with their own physical and psychological form, unconscious of essence. And because every form is highly unstable, they live in fear. This fear causes a deep misperception of themselves and of other humans, a distortion in their world, in their vision of the world. Just crazy. I can like keep going. Like, the art of listening. Ooh, see, I have a huge issue with listening because, like, bitch likes to just talk. When listening to another person, don't just listen with your mind. Listen with your whole body. Feel the energy field of your inner body as you listen. That takes attention away from thinking and creates a still space that enables you to truly listen without the mind interfering. Okay, so I gotta go check my clothes because they are done. I'll be right back though. Alright, I'm back everyone. Sorry, I had to go do some laundry, but now I have about 48 minutes and I also have about 2 hours before I have to go into work. So let's just hope that I can get everything done. I also have to do an errand real quick for one of my crew workers. It's just one of those days. Anyway, I was on the art of listening. Truly listen without the mind interfering. You are giving the other person space to be. It is the most precious gift you can give. Most people don't know how to listen because the major part of their attention is taken up by thinking. So true, by the way. I mean, sorry, I'm hella winded because I ran over to my laundry room, even though my laundry room is literally 3 doors down from where I live. But bitches found us about. Let's go back to the first minute. I cannot get over coffee and fucking hot chocolate mix. It's a mocha that's cheap and easy. The hell? And as all of you know, in my previous long time ago video, I actually do I almost said drip. I actually do pour over coffee. So it is not only hella stronger, but I just make a little bit and I just get zinged, and so I'm good. But anyway. They pay more attention to that than to what the other person is saying, and none at all to what really matters. The being of the other person underneath the words and the mind. Of course, you cannot feel someone else's being except through your own. This is the beginning of the realization of oneness, which is love. At the deepest level of being, you are one with all that is. So true though. Most human relationships consist mainly of mind interacting with each other, not of human beings communicating, being in communion. Let me reread that for all the audience in the back that did not catch that. Most human relationships consist mainly of minds interacting with each other, not of human beings communicating, being in communion. No relationship can thrive in that way, and that is why there is so much conflict in relationships. When the mind is running your life, conflict, strife, and problems are inevitable. Being in touch with your inner body creates a clear space of no mind, within which the relationship can flower. Oh, amazing. There's just amazing little inserts here or there. As you can see, I am really big into marking things and I don't know why I have this numbered, but we're gonna see what this is all about. This is under the inner body. Let me look at the excerpt. This is I forgot these are questions. This part. This is strengthening the immune system. I don't think I'm going to talk about that one. I think that there's another one. It's called slowing down the aging process. It's just your link with the unmanifested. Literally, there is so much in here. This is before you enter the body. Forgive. Okay. So this is the inner body. There is literally so much about consciousness, about your perception on consciousness itself, but I feel like everyone has a certain something within them. That certain something is or alike with other beings and their perceptions or their energy or their consciousness, in a sense. When push comes to shove, in layman term, everyone is the same. And I understand that social reform and labels have made us think that we are not the same because of the color of our skin or of our hair color or of our sexual ethnicity or sexual ethnicity. That was not right, but y'all understand what I mean, okay? Like, we have, as society, have put a label on what every single person is so that we can individualize ourselves from other people. But in reality, when all of those labels are taken off, we are all the same. There are a few things that I wanted to go into. One of them is, I'm just jumping around here, I'm not like reading the full thing, but I wanted to kind of, there was this one part that I really wanted to talk about, and I thought it was really good. You know what, I think it's this one. I feel like I have gone over this in past videos of myself. I enjoy reading Eckhart Tolle, and I enjoy posting about it because even though I don't fully understand it, even though I can't fully explain it, because it is just so in depth, and so every time you reread a sentence, it makes you think even more in depth. But I wanted to kind of touch base onto this again. This is the chapter, The State of Presence. If you have like this book, it's page 100. Not the soft, but the, you know what I mean. Not the hardcover books. But consciousness takes on the disguise of forms until they reach such complexity that it completely loses itself in them. In present-day humans, consciousness is completely identified with its disguise. It only knows itself as form, and therefore lives in fear of the annihilation of its physical or psychological form. This is the egoic mind, and this is where considerable dysfunction sets in. It now looks as if something had gone very wrong somewhere along the line of evolution. But even if this part of Lila, the divine game, but even this is a part of Lila, the divine game. Finally, the pressure of suffering created by this apparent dysfunction forces consciousness to disidentify from form and awakens it from its dream of form. It regains self-consciousness, but it is at a far deeper level than when it is lost. I don't know why, but I put in parentheses, this is giving mental labels to consciousness. Once again, this is back when I was like hugely into shit like this, and so like I totally would just like rack my brain about like what meaning was when he was typing this or when I was reading it. This process is explained by Jesus in his parable of the lost son, who leaves his father's home, squanders his wealth, becomes destitute, and is then forced by his suffering to return home. When he does, his father loves him more than before. The son's state is the same as it was before, yet not the same. It has added a dimension of depth. The parable describes a journey from unconscious perfection through apparent imperfection and evil to conscious perfection. Can you now see the deeper and wider significance of becoming present as the watcher of your mind? Whenever you watch the mind, you withdraw with consciousness from mind forms, and it then becomes what we call the watcher or the witness. Consequently, the watcher, pure consciousness beyond form, becomes stronger, and the mental formations become weaker. When we talk about watching the mind, we are personalizing an event that is truly or cosmic significance. Through you, consciousness is awakening out of its dream of identification with form and withdrawing from form. This foreshadows, but is already a part of, an event that is probably still in the distant future as far as chronological time is concerned. The event is called the end of the world. And in parentheses, I put transformation from thinker to watcher, in a sense. There's just so much. I have one right here. It's cause of pollution on Earth. The fact is that you are resisting what is. You are making the present moment into an enemy. You are creating unhappiness, conflict between the inner and the outer. Your unhappiness is polluting not only your own mind, inner being, and those around you, but also the collective human psyche, of which you are inseparable, of which you are an inseparable part. The pollution of the planet is only an outward reflection of an inner psychic pollution. Millions of unconscious individuals not taking responsibility for their inner space. Crazy. Either stop doing what you are doing, speak to the person concerned, and express fully what you feel, or drop the negativity that your mind has created around the situation and that serves no purpose whatsoever except to strengthen a false sense of self. Recognizing its futility is important. Negativity is never the optimum way of dealing with any situation. In fact, in most cases, it keeps you stuck in it, blocking real change. Anything that is done with negative energy will become contaminated by it and in time give rise to more pain, more unhappiness. Furthermore, any negative inner state is contagious. Unhappiness spreads more easily than a physical disease. Through the law of resonance, it triggers and feeds latent negativity in others, unless they are immune, that is, highly conscious. Are you polluting the world or cleaning up the mess? You are responsible for your inner space, nobody else is, just as you are responsible for the planet. As within, so without. If humans clear inner pollution, then they will also cease to create outer pollution. And I put on the side, answer to why our Earth is still polluted, because we have not cleaned our inner self. I feel like I'm going to stop there. There's just so much that I tried to read to you guys. Of course, I'm not the best reader. I'm actually not a great reader at all. I need to smoke a cigarette. I know it's bad, and I really shouldn't be, but every time I read Eckhart Tolle or I read self-help books or books that are to help you awaken or to help enlighten you in some way, I just feel like my body is like reacting to it in such a positive way that I feel almost anxious, and I need to smoke to calm that shit down. Especially when I make a video, because I'm reading, and as I'm reading, my mind is like, oh my gosh, this is so amazing. And then I start to like go down this rabbit hole within my mind, which causes me to be more anxious. So cigarettes help with that. I feel like no one is fully conscious. There's not one person on this world that is. Even Eckhart Tolle explains that he's not fully conscious in interviews that he's done, but that he has meditated for months and months on end and awaits for sentences and paragraphs so that he could write them to make a book. It takes him a while to make a book, but at the same time, I feel like when you start to dwell and read into what he is trying to say, so much changes within your life. When I was in Cali, I was very spiritual. I was very into like consciousness and the awakening and one love, or just trying to create almost like a utopian within my body and within my circle of friends. And even though that's not everything or everyone, it was still people who are directly attached to my life that I would see on almost a daily basis. And so that when I would be by myself, I wouldn't feel like I wasn't always open, or I wasn't feeling that I failed at something that I was so hard on pushing. One second. Alright, sorry, I had to get myself in my little ashtray. I don't like ashing on the ground, and I don't have like something here that I can ash with. But anyway, so I just feel like even when you leave, you're in almost of a sense of a safety zone or your comfort zone, a zone that you have spiritually put so much into so that you can create a oneness factor. And you move away. I feel like if you just stick with it, and if you constantly meditate, constantly think within your mind, whatever, that you could create that anywhere that you're at. When I first moved to Colorado, I had absolutely no one here, and it was super hard for me. I felt very just cut off from everything that I worked so hard to be, and that I drastically was going down into this rabbit hole of not being spiritual anymore. And Eckhart Tolle and his writings and videos that I would always watch on YouTube of just self-help. I cannot talk today. It's early for me. I'm sorry. I just feel like that made me push or forced me to still be conscious, or to still strive for oneness or for enlightenment within myself. Because even though I was almost there, I felt the enlightenment there, I do not believe I was fully enlightened, and I had still so much more to go. I feel like it's a life journey. I feel like it's something that probably cannot be achieved, but self-awareness and happiness, true happiness, can be. I got lucky to where I work right now. I have met some very spiritual people, maybe a good 4 or 5 that I talk to still on almost a regular basis. One of them moved away for about a year, but is now back, and just being able to talk to them in a way that we're still joking, we're still having fun, we're still living life, we still have arguments, we still, whatever, but at the same time, we are still growing and we're still happy. I have someone who comes over almost every night, and she is just very, very conscious and very aware of everything, very, in today's terms, chill in a sense. And I am very grateful for stuff like that. Very grateful for having people around. And I don't feel like it's something where it was a coincidence. I feel like when you emanate your own consciousness, other people will latch onto it that also are emanating a like consciousness, if that makes any type of remote sense. And because of that, I thought my zero was out. Wow, great. And because of that, I feel like here in Colorado, I am still able to make a conscious circle within my friends, which is amazing, or within people, I guess, who are around me in a sense. I try not to do labels. I try not to label things in my personal life. It's super hard where you are working in a very stressful environment, a very fast-paced environment, and you tend to lose that consciousness. But it's also very nice because I'm able to go home to no one. I don't have any pets. I'm single, so I'm able to go home and just decompress and just think about everything that's happened today and to try to find a solution within all the issues of that day, if there were any issues, which mainly usually there always is. But that's life, that's how it is. But I'm rambling. I shouldn't be rambling. I'm just trying to say that wherever you are, whether you're in a new area or whether or not you just feel alone, even if you've been living in the same area all your life, you're truly not alone. You have yourself, which is probably your biggest support system ever, because yourself will tell you to keep going. Yourself will tell you that this is not okay, that you are not doing something correct or right. And if you only listen to the stillness within you, then you will be able to actually understand that, no, this is not okay, what I'm doing right now, or the situation that I am in, and you will leave it, or you will try to fix it, or you will begin to work to overcome the situation that you're in. But anyway, Eckhart Tolle, The Power of Now, he's amazing. I plead all of you guys, I wish I had all the money in the world, because then I would just print out mass copies of this whole series that he has. He has 3 books right now, and I would literally send it to every single person, because they're so beyond what anyone's thinking is right now. And I know that there is some controversy within the books, because there's some things that people just can't latch onto and they just cannot believe. But he's not saying that this is the way of life. He's just saying that there are things that are in life that we are doing to ourselves, i.e. pollution, i.e. negative or just unfruitful relationships. I mean, there are things that I wish that I could have done better when I was even in Cali, with like my past relationships or my past friendships, where I just, because of my physical self, I was not able to fully grasp the positivity from people, and I pushed them away. And unfortunately, because of that, I am out that person in my life. Whereas if I was just open to them, or if I just accepted them for who they were, then I would have learned so much more from them than what I did. Anyway, I have to go. It's been a long day. It's like almost 3 o'clock. I have to go. I have to take a shower. I need to shave. I'm like, I look fucking ratchet right now. beyond. But I just wanted to sit down. I just wanted to make this video because I know that there's just a lot of negativity in this world. There's a lot of negativity even on YouTube, and a lot of controversies, and I'm just trying not to post negative things. I want to post things that inspire people. That's why I have my title as #lovetomyspecies, because I want people to realize that there is a very low vibratory level of oneness, of love, that we all have for every person. No matter their social status, no matter how they look, what they feel, no matter anything about them, there is still a very low level of love that we all have for everyone. And it's not because of anything to do with anything, except for the fact that we are all one human species. And that's it. Because we're all one species, we need to grow to love each other even more than what we do already. But anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Happy thoughts all the way around. And if you want to leave a comment down below, please do. Let me know how crazy I am, because honestly, I don't mind. I enjoy doing what I do. I enjoy what I believe in. There is just so much more that I wish I can explain, but I just don't have the knowledge to explain it, because I have backslidden so much in my life in the last 2 years that I have not been able to fully show or teach or preach, in a sense, what is truth. But I'm hoping that will change soon. I have a lot of amazing things coming up in the future. I think my next video I probably will be me prepping to go see my cousin. I am going to actually Arizona with one of my good friends here, and we're going to be driving over there. We're going to be there for a little under a week. And we're going to actually end up bringing her back over here because, you know, bitch is fucking poor as hell. I can't live by myself. It is so expensive. I mean, I enjoy it, don't get me wrong, but I feel like if I'm able to just have a roommate or something, then I'll be able to save up more money, and then I'll be able to do more things that I enjoy doing, i.e. making more videos or having more time to just enjoy nature, enjoy people who are around me, to do things that are more fun and not just me just sitting at home after work glued to YouTube or glued to my laptop. So without further ado, I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day, evening, morning, day, whenever you guys watch this. And just realize, I hope you, out of everything in this video, I just hope you guys realize that you are not alone. There are people out there that are also hurting, struggling, hoping that they could just do something better, or are still grinding, working every single day so that they can make their life better. And I just want to let you know that you can also do it too. If we're doing it, you can also do it. And because of that, I feel that we are a strong species, because we are able to adapt, to change, to evolve. And because of that, we can do it. And if we can do it, you can do it. Guarantee you. So I just feel like out of anything that you guys take out of this video, sorry, I need some hot chocolate coffee with me. Out of anything that you can get out of this video, I just hope that you guys realize that there are people out there, and if you find them, open up to them. Don't keep the turmoil in your life. Talk about it. There are many people out there that have had that turmoil in their life, that have overcome it already, and that can actually assist you in overcoming it yourself. No one can fix your problems. You yourself need to fix your problems. But at the same time, people can give you tools, insight, whatever, love, so that you can fix your own problems in the end. All right, I'm done babbling. I'm done rambling. I think I'm gonna go. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.